Good day, Spartans. Happy Wednesday, April 19th. Again, as I explained on Monday, I am out of the building today and Friday, so you have some video lectures and directions to follow so we can keep pace in my absence. Today, there's a short little video here for you to watch where I, again, explain the values and norms grid. Kind of already explained this on Monday, but if you missed or if you have some questions about it, I'm going to again explain how to do that. This assignment will be due on the 25th, as will the video and video guide on the Sandlot, which there is another set of directions and lecture there. That'll also be due on the 25th. And we cannot forget our norms experiment, our social norms experiment. That is also due on the 25th. When I'm back in the building on Tuesday, April 25th, we have a bit of information to cover. What is due on Friday, what is due Friday the 21st, is the last set of questions for the Chapter 3 reading guide, 17 through 25. You should read that ahead of time. That way you'll understand what it is that I am talking about in class on Friday in that video lecture. But without further ado, the norms and values grid. Again, as I've already explained, we know that our values in society, whatever culture, the values that culture or society has dictates the normed behavior. It dictates the rules of our society. So in the United States, some of the overarching values that we place a value on those who achieve and those who are successful. We have a value placed on activity and work. We have a value placed on being efficient and practical. We value democracy. We value equality. So because of those values, we have a series of norms or a series of rules that we have that we live by because we value those things. All right. We have folkways based on those values, mores based on those values, taboos based on those values, as well as laws. So if we were to go and look at democracy, all right, we value participation in government. We value having a voice. I mean, it is why we rebelled against the British, amongst other things. We rebelled against the British and the colonists. Imperialists rather, because they were not giving us a say in what our government was doing. So if we were to look at democracy as a value, how that would influence our folkways, and you could say that it is expected that Americans vote, right? There's no law requiring you to vote, but it would probably be looked down upon or shunned that, if you're not voting in our elections. Mores, right? I would imagine most Americans find a moral obligation to be informed about voting, about who you are voting for. Again, these aren't laws. These are just things that we do. I would consider it a taboo. I would consider it a taboo for those who don't vote. I mean, I would look at someone suspiciously if I found out that they didn't vote. And we have laws regarding democracy. If you look at the 15th Amendment, well, the 14th Amendment does it as well. The 14th and 15th Amendment talk about voting in regards to the right of voting based on skin color. If you look at the 19th Amendment, it talks about the right to voting not being denied to those based on gender. If you look at the the Voting Rights Act of 1965, I mean, it guarantees people the right to vote. So again, just examples, right? The examples of our normed behaviors, the examples of our rules that we have in society and our culture based on the values that we have. So your job is to go through and find examples of folkways, mores, taboos, or laws based on these values. Not looking for biblical proportions of writing here. I just need a specific example, right? Equality. What's a folkway for equality? You treat people with kindness. You treat people how you want to be treated. Laws. Again, we have laws that require people to be treated equally. The 14th Amendment guarantees equal protection under the law. So that's what we're doing here. Fill in the grid. This will be due on the 25th. We'll go through this on the 25th. You have your norms experiment to do, also due on the 25th. You have the Sandlot to watch and the video guide to complete, also due on the 25th. What is due on Friday ahead of our next video lecture is the reading guide from chapter 3, questions 17 through 25. You will submit that when you are done. That is all for today. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. Go Spartans.